All right, welcome back, COSA 1 and 601 folks. Professor Almeida here. Happy Thursday morning. Feels like we're in the tropics, and so that's why I'm wearing this, at least until I go to teach my Thursday COSA 50 folks. Coming up, we're going to talk about week 2, which is already open and available to you in Canvas. But first, I do have some housekeeping items. So without further ado, let's just dive right in. So you might have noticed last night's announcement about the syllabus. I went through and updated the syllabi for all of my fall semester classes. So if you have an older copy, please download the newer version, and that's going to be the final version for this semester. So do check out this announcement. And just to recap, week 1, you do have 3 assignments due tomorrow night: Windows 11 training, Office Essential Skills training, and then finally your Windows and Office Essential Skills quiz. Now, COSA 601 folks, you are not obligated to complete the quiz, but for those of you in COSA 1, you do need to complete the quiz. The 2 training sims are a participation requirement. Everyone in the class has to turn in both training sims. This is how I know that you are active in the class. And if you don't turn in the training sims on time, I'm going to assume that you're no longer interested, and unfortunately, you'll be dropped. Now, some of you are probably asking why I have this participation requirement, because sometimes what will happen, I'll have students who sign up for the class and then just never show up, or I'll have students who do show up but they just don't turn anything in. So this participation requirement is a way for me to know that you're active and you really want to be in the class. If you need to get support, don't wait until tomorrow's due date. Let me show you real quick here. So if you need to reach out to the COS tech support, you'll see the link on the left side in Canvas. If you scroll on down a little bit, you'll see there's COS tech support. Here are the hours for the labs at LEC and TTC. If you need to get help with LBCC technology, and this also includes installing Microsoft 365, which we'll get into in a moment. Here are the hours for the Student Tech Help Desk and how to contact them. If you're new to online learning, please do check this out. And then finally, MDSC tutoring. The schedule is in the middle of being updated as new tutors are likely being onboarded. So do check back to see when tutors for COSA 1 are available. And with that, let's get into week 2. Week 2 is already open and available to you. We're going to begin our Microsoft 365 journey with Word, and you'll see that there are 2 chapters. So chapter 1 is on getting started with Word, and you'll see that you have a training sim very similar to what you've been doing with Windows and Office Essential Skills, and then you have Skill Review 1.1. I put together walkthrough videos that you can go and watch. So here's the one for 1.1. Now, my Monday, Wednesday folks, because it's Labor Day, we're not going to have a class meeting. You're still responsible for chapter 1. So when you come to class on Wednesday and we get into chapter 2, you'll see how the project works from start to finish. Online folks, remember, you just log into Canvas and you go through the assignments. So with that, chapter 2 is on formatting text. And again, you can see there's a training sim for chapter 2 along with skill review 2.1. Lastly, you have a quiz covering both chapters 1 and 2. It's a lot like the Windows and Office Essential Skills quiz. And then finally, I have this success check-in. For those of you on the 14 days of courtesy access, that courtesy access is going to likely run out by the end of week 2. And I want you to check in with me to let me know that you have access to the materials. Now, if you don't check in with me, the forum will close Sunday night of week 2. So that is September 7th. And week 3 is going to stay grayed out until you go back and check the forum. Once you participate in the forum, week 3 is going to unlock Monday morning, September 8th. And like I said, if you see that it's still grayed out by then, it means that you didn't check in with me. All right, so for Word, you do need Microsoft 365 if you are working from home. So you can see I have my Windows 11 machine here. To install Microsoft 365 on your home system, you want to go into your Viking portal and click on Microsoft 365. This is the Copilot dashboard. You'll need to click on Apps to the left here. And then you'll see Install Apps, Microsoft 365 Apps. And then from there, you'll see a button to install Office like this. The installer will download and then launch the installer and follow the prompts to complete installation. If you don't have access to Microsoft 365, you can go to the COS Computer Labs on campus or arrange to use another system. So with that, I'm going to be in the Canvas course chat later this morning from 9 until noon Pacific time. Of course, you can message me privately in the Canvas inbox. And before I go, one last thing concerning SimNet. Let me show you your options one more time. So as I mentioned before, you can pay for access directly in SimNet, or you can go to the bookstore and purchase an access card. And then, of course, you have that 14 days of courtesy access. If you purchase directly in SimNet, it's $57 plus tax. And of course, the bookstore, it's going to be a bit more. You do the math. I can't tell you what to purchase either way. And with that, enjoy the rest of your week. Let's make sure that we get our week 1 assignments turned in on time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.